Yeah, I'd guess it's about 70, I don't know, maybe 65 feet tall. It's up there. Made of massive freaking, and you see how big these big stoppers are that hold it up. Just massive hunks of metal. Look at this compared to my hand. Like, I have a massive hand. These things are all the way at the top of it, and there's probably about 40 of them on this thing. So they're holding it all together, like massive freaking mortise and tendons. And they got these big steel beams. They're going all the way across, and they're cross-sectioned in with posts going all the way through the opposite side. All the way up. Each one of those is a massive cross-section that allows the top, because there's a big hole inside of here that actually heat up the molten iron. So this was a big iron casting facility. We use these really thick iron pipes. You see how old this iron is? This place operated from 1849 to 1852. What a waste, huh? But you can still see the casting lines from the old sand dogs that they used to cast these with. That is cool. You just don't see that anymore. A big casting line all the way down it. It's a ridge. This right here is where a cold water pipe was used to pump water into this so it didn't overheat. And that right there coming up out of the ground is an air tube. That actually, the Hudson River right here operated a massive air pump and pumped air into this, making it a blast furnace. It is tall, and there's a peak on it, and it's missing the chimney towers, but Christ, you can see how big it was. So heavy duty, and you can actually see all the way through the other side. Just barely. I'll actually walk inside here. It's a little scary walk inside because bricks are falling down at their leisure, so I'm gonna walk on the edge. I think the smallest movement could knock one down. God damn, that's creepy. This is the inside of this blast furnace. This is the clay underbelly of it. Look down here, you actually see the inside of the furnace. It's actually lit really well inside. There's cold air coming out, which is weird. These cool designs stamped out of this steel. It's pretty cool. Oh man, those are gonna fall at any second. Ah, that's creepy. Keep my hand above my head, just in case. Let's walk around to the other side. See how massive this stuff is. Each one of these rocks are just so huge. And it's built inside this like little wall here. Back side of it. It's a little deeper, another air tube. What's crazy is this location is actually it's a dead end road. It's about 6.5 miles long in the high peaks wilderness of the Adirondacks. A massive hunk of steel that was just made out here. Nothing was ever done with it. Look at that. That is a lot of steel. Another big piece of steel. Well, it's not steel, it's iron. But look at that. This is a messed up mold. It didn't cure properly. This is a massive like nail of some sort, or some sort of pin. Oh my god, it weighs a fucking ton, but it's not that big. It weighs a fucking ton. These old bricks are just everywhere though. Look at this. Look at this. It's supposed to be part of the main furnace. This is like a slide. Yeah, I can just barely move it. This clearly used to cover that hole up. It's all bolted together with square bolts from the 1800s. This was made between 1849 and 1850. A piece of virgin timber still stuck in there in great condition. A piece of wood's probably 160, 170 years old. So the air pipe, right there's a blasting pipe. It pushed air straight inside of the furnace, superheated the molten iron. There's a lot of really old wood here and a bunch of... This wall is just huge. There was a massive bridge that went across the roadway here from the top of this furnace straight across the road, and there's a massive wooden bridge built of virgin timbers. I'm gonna show you this. This right here is where, well, everything would be melted into here, and the molten iron would go through a massive trough all the way down here. Another massive piece of steel just laying on the ground. The trough of molten iron would lead from here straight across. This is just, it looks like what used to be one of the bricks, the brick chimneys. They'd pour the iron all the way down here. This there's a piece of the old wall that used to enclose the place. The iron went all the way down here. And right here is what used to sit a casting house, where they would pour the molten iron into dogs, just big sand castings, and it'd cool in this house, and then it'd be loaded onto a barge right here on the Hudson River, and the barge would take it right out of here. And what I saw is they took this iron to New Jersey, and they built ships with it and all kinds of bridges. But what you're seeing down here, these big things are air pistons. They're run by a water wheel. That hole right there is where the water would flow in on top of a water wheel. And these big water wheels had gears on them. And right there's actually one of the gears that used to be mounted on the side of a wooden wheel. All those gears there. So you can just imagine how big that wheel was. And then they pumped this massive engine, and it worked these air pumps here. These 4 air pumps. These 4 air pumps pump that air straight all the way up to the casting house up there, the furnace. This is a massive endeavor for that time. And it's not even, wasn't used for more than 3 years. One of the things says 2 years, but that doesn't add up. I'm gonna do a little more exploring, let you know if I find anything cool.